Hi YouTube, Mike 9 Mike, Charlie Bravo, back again with another video. You might notice a new call sign, Mike 9 Mike, Charlie Bravo. With the Ofcom changes here in the UK, I chose the new call sign, Mike 9 Mike, Charlie Bravo. So I've obviously not got 2E0FNM and obviously not got my M6CEB anymore. So just one call sign, so I need to update the channel name. So if you've noticed, that's why the channel's different. It still is me, but that's the reason why. But today I wanted to do a review of the Yaesu FTDX10. This beauty, absolutely fantastic radio. This is amazing. So a bit of a backstory for you. I did have the 7300. And about a year ago I sold it. I have a wire antenna, it just kept snapping. I just got peed off with it really. And I wasn't really into the radio at the time, so I decided to sell it, which was a good idea really, on reflection, because they brought the Mark II version out now. So I sold it a year ago to upgrade my computer, and then about a month ago sort of got really back into the YouTube again, and my you know, ham radio. So I decided to get the FTDX10. As I say, I do have a 991, but as you might know with that radio, it has a waterfall, but mine's the non-A version, and you can only either look at the waterfall or listen. You can't do both at the same time. And it's a rubbish waterfall anyway. And once you're used to something like a 7300 where you can see the whole band and all the signals, it's really difficult to go back. So anyway, I jumped both feet. I got it second hand from Martin Lynch. And it's in really good nick, and I've dated the serial number, and it's about 12 months, 18 months old. So yeah, it was really worth doing. As I say, fantastic radio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you in. We'll have a look round it with nothing plugged in, show you out, you know, around the radio and the microphone and that kind of thing. And then we'll put an antenna on it, obviously give it some power, and then I'll show you some of the features that I know. I don't know everything about it. I've only had it a couple of weeks, so it's more of a first impression sort of, you know, 2-week review, I suppose. But yeah, stay tuned in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be doing a portable antenna review. That's coming in the post, so I'm going to take the 991 out portable and try and do a video, and I've never gone portable before, so that's something to look out for. So right, without further ado, let's begin. Right, let's have a look at the microphone first. So this is the SSM75E microphone. I quite like it, good clicky PTT. We've got up and down buttons on the top, and a mute button there to mute the audio temporarily, and 4 programmable buttons. I think I've just got P1 set to lock the keypad on the radio. RJ45 connector with a ferrite on there just to be safe. And then this is the radio itself. So we've got a nice big LCD screen. We've got a power on and off button. The tune button, you can use the internal tuner that'll tune anything about 3 to 1. And then I've got the Matt Y200, I think, or the 100 IntelliTuner behind there, like auto tuner. So you can set that in the radio whether you want to use internal or the external. So obviously I've used in the external. So we've got the tune, got the Vox button there, headphone jack, microphone socket. We've got another like LCD at the top that'll tell you whether you're in band A or B, and you know, it'll light up when you're TXing and receiving, that kind of thing. We have a function button here, which is a knob and press button, so that's like your main menu of this radio. Very menu driven radio, this one. Then we've got an AF, like RF gain and squelch control. You set which one you want in the menu, so it's a shame that it's done that way, but you need to either use it as a RF gain or squelch. Then we've got dynamic noise reduction button and noise blanker. The dynamic noise reduction in this radio is fantastic. And then we've got the volume knob there. So we've got obviously the main VFO here, and then on the outer ring, hopefully you can see that. That is you know, for like a coarse tune, and then you've got your fine tune on the big dial. You can set the outer dial to do many different tasks, like you can set the level on the waterfall, how much you want that coming through, or you can set that to be your power output, and you press the CS button there. You know, you can press and hold it and it'll choose which one you want it to be, and then use the outer dial. I'll show you a bit more in the main video. Then we've got the notch filter and the shift. And there we've got the contour and everything, so this is sort of all your filtering stuff on this side. The buttons around the VFO are a bit tight if you've got big fingers, but I don't find it too bad. You've got a lock button at the bottom there, so obviously you can lock it out if you don't accidentally want to touch something. But it's very nice design. I really like the design of this radio. And then on the side, we don't get a carry handle with the DX10 like if I've got a 991 that does have a carry handle, so you can buy it separately, but obviously I don't have it on this one. And then just looking at the back of the radio, I'll lift it up a little bit so you can see. So we've got a RTT data socket there, one antenna port on this radio, so just the one antenna port on it, a ground pin, a tuner socket, a RS232 socket, an accessory port, and then we've got an REM. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if it's connected to the linear, so you've got a linear output there for like an amplifier, and then an external speaker, Morse key, and then we've got here for your data modes, you basically use a printer cable basically from the radio to your PC, so you can do PSK31, you can do your FT8, all that kind of stuff via there, and then 2 USB ports so you can have a keyboard and mouse in it. One thing to know, it's got an external display. This is a DVI-D connector. Now some people use adapters from DVI-D to HDMI. That's not a good idea with this radio. Internally it's got a fuse inside that can blow when people use that. As I say, I'll leave a link in the description to a guy who explains it far better than I will, who goes into detail why that's a bad idea. So I got a cheap monitor from eBay. It was really cheap. I'll put a link to the monitor I bought to give you an idea. But it has a DVI-D socket on the monitor itself, so it's just DVI-D to DVI-D. No adapters, and that seems to work really well. And the monitor, using a monitor on this radio is really good. And then we've got a nice big cooling fan and the power socket there. So that's basically the outside, and we also have a top firing speaker. I use a Kenwood external speaker personally, but it still sounds really good. So what I'll do now is I will get an antenna connected to it, and then we will switch it on and show you a bit more what it's like when it's switched on. Right, so I've got the radio plugged into the monitor, so it's just easier for me to show you a few things. So I've got dynamic noise reduction on now, so I'll just turn it off so you can just listen to it. So that's now with the dynamic noise reduction on. That's it with it off. And then on. It makes a huge difference, and if you press and hold it, you can adjust the dynamic noise reduction level by the function knob. So it's very simple basically, like noise blanker. If you turn it on, and if you press and hold the noise blanker, you can set the noise blanker level just the same way, or just turn it off. So I'll leave the noise reduction on. So a really nice display. It makes it so much easier for me to show you when it's like this. But it's basically everything I was explaining to you before. You got the function menu. So these are obviously the main things you can change, like your level, your peak, RF power. So you can see the blue light here that says RF power. So say if I went to, so I'll just click level. Now level's selected here, so if I use the function knob, it's changing the waterfall level, not the actual received signal, just the waterfall level itself. And then if I press the function and go RF power, now it's obviously changing the power. So it's really simple that way. You can decode CW on this radio as well, and you can record CQ messages, that kind of thing. I've not got an SD card in it at the moment, so I can't show you. I've had really good reports on this radio. It does really work well. I'm very impressed with it, really. It does an amazing job. So yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Obviously, when you change the width, when you play with your filters, you can see it. It might be easier to show you up here. You can see it changing here, the width and the shift. And then if you just press and hold the button in, it resets so the lights go out. And same here, you've got a contour and a notch as well, so you can have a notch and a contour in your signal. And to turn them off, you just press the buttons and the lights go out to let you know it's all standard again. And then you've got A and B modes, so obviously like I can like listen to that if I was on the right aerial, so and then obviously you can put it on the other band, or you could have that one, press the lock button, so I can go on to 80 meters. So I could have 80 meters on that band, and then I could have 40 meters on that one. So yeah, really simple. Like I say, the outer dial you can see is a nice coarse tune, so you can see the signal there, and then you can use that as a fine tune. But yeah, the audio quality is the selling point with this radio. But yeah, that's basically it. It's, you know, as I say, I'm still learning it, but I just wanted to just sort of show you my sort of first impressions of it. It's a really nice radio, really well built. Hopefully I'll have it for many years to come. But yeah, that was just my sort of look round with the monitor. Just some of the basic functions, like everything's done with that function button, and you can change the settings, and then it puts it in the top corner there, and that's what you're changing. You know, like RF power or whatever, like I showed you. You can also select the multi, so you can get the audio. You can see the audio as well on the screen. You can change the span width of the display. If you've got a 7300, it's very similar to that. And you can expand like that, so you can get rid of the bits at the top. You can expand it so you've got a nice, even bigger waterfall. You've also got the 3D scope. I don't really like that. I don't really rate that very much, but it's there if you wanted to. And then you can do center, fix, and then you can. But I'm still learning. Like I say, I'm still learning a lot about the radio. But the audio quality is absolutely amazing. So hopefully that just sort of shows you my first impressions of the radio. Really good radio. I'm really happy with it. So hope this helps you. And so thank you very much for watching. That was my review of the Yaesu FTDX10. What a fantastic radio. If you're on the fence, and hopefully this video has helped you. So if you like the video, give the video a thumbs up. If you like it, if you dislike it, give it a thumbs down, and please consider subscribing. It helps the channel grow, gives me confidence to keep going, to make more of these videos, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch it. And leave me a comment. Do you have a DX10? Do you have a 7300? Have you got the new Mark II version? I'd love to hear it. I read all the comments. So yeah, thank you very much. I've been Mike 9 Mike Charlie Bravo. You've been very kind to watch. 7-3.